I think we are going to start. Yes. So I'm going to start by reading your biography. First of all, I would like to thank you on behalf of Kent University for joining our program and for letting us know all the valuable information you are going to give us. So I'm just going to let the students know about a little bit about you, and I'm going to move on to my questions, okay?
Excellent. Go for it.
Janet Wolf worked as an international specialist for 8 years at the University of Pardubice, Czech Republic. During that time, she welcomed hundreds of students from abroad coming from European and non-European countries. Janet is a holder of PhD from University of Palermo, Sicily, and PhD from University of Burgos, Spain. Thus, she experienced being a student in a foreign country on her own. Nowadays, Janet works as an assistant professor at Faculty of Education, University of Hradec Kralova, Czech Republic, and has close connections with international partners in Spain and Italy.
Yeah.
So I am going to ask you my first question, since also you are working in international office program. Can you give us some information about higher education in Czech Republic, academic and scientific accomplishments such as world rankings?
All right. Yeah. Okay. So to the first part of the question, I guess I don't know how it is in Turkey actually, but in the Czech Republic, it's very similar to the European system in general. So we've got this three-level organization. It means like there is a bachelor degree, which covers 3 years. They are first years after the secondary school, after the higher secondary school. And then we've got follow-up study, which is for 2 years. And this is finished by master degree. And then you can go for PhD, which is usually for 3 or 4 years. This is the standard thing. But for example, where I work, which is the Faculty of Education, we do have programs which are for 4 years. So you cannot just end up with the third year and get bachelor. You have to continue the whole time, 5 years in a row. And then you get master. And then you can teach in primary schools. I just wanted to point out that some programs are special and they do not go with 3 years, then 2 years and the rest, but you have to do like 5 years, or even if you choose medicine, so then you have to do 6.5 years and so on. But standard thing is 3 years, 2 years, and then the doctoral study, PhD study, which is for 3 or 4 years.
Actually, Turkey is the same too. We have here too. We are like, our normal programs are 4 years, but for example, dentistry faculty is for 5 years. The medical faculty is for 6 years also here.
Yeah, nice. It's very close. So this is about the higher education system. And then the accomplishments and the ranking, you know, this is what I don't like actually, this ranking stuff. I know that some of our universities who are the best universities in the Czech Republic, best according to some requirements, of course. My point of view is a little bit different, but they are around, I don't know, 300 from 1,500. But I don't like that. If you are interested, you students are interested, you can just find it out through like 2 clicks on the internet and you will know the ranking. But I don't like that because I've been studying in many universities, no, like 3 universities, one in Czech Republic, one in Italy, and one in Spain. And I know from my life that it is not always about the prestige which the university has. It is more about people you get during your studies. And these people influenced me a lot, even though they were not the most prestigious universities in the world. And I think that this personal stuff is more valuable in my eyes than going to the prestige university. But this is up to you to decide whatever you prefer, of course. This is just my opinion.
I agree with you, because it's the teachers that actually influence us, not the university's ranking. But of course, the prestige matters because of the teachers in it may be more prestige and more knowledgeable.
Yeah, well,
but it doesn't always like this.
Yeah. Sometimes it can go hand in hand, because prestigious universities can have higher budgets, can have better equipment, for example, if they're technical universities, so they can provide more opportunities for students in this sense, of course. Yep, I agree. But, you know, the requirements, how you are ranked, is not always about that. It is more about how the university performs in the research, how many articles the academics publish, how these articles are, again, like prestigious. So these are not things which I think students are interested in. So that's why sometimes we should consider if this ranking or these, let's say, indicators which are followed are those which I really want to listen to, which I'm really interested in at the end, as a student, as the person who is interested in the university.
I agree with you. So what do you think, which field is the most prominent in Czech Republic? In your opinion, in your own opinion.
Prominent, I don't know. I think that also here in the Czech Republic, the places or the faculties which students desire to go to the most are the faculty of medicine or faculty of law, because then, you know, as a person who is in the labor market, so then you earn much more than, for example, when you are a teacher.
Of course.
We need great teachers, right? So don't go just everybody to law and medicine and to these fields which are good for your living afterwards, but like in the sense of making money, I mean. Yeah, I think that we also got here great faculties of art, also faculties of education where I am, and like as I said, like I think when I try to respond to your first question about the prestiginess, prominency, so I think that this is the same here. Like we've got nice, I would say, also the technical. I'm always talking about the humanistic sphere because it's very close to me, my field. But on the other hand, I think that also the technical subjects, technical fields are really very great here in the Czech Republic. For example, the Czech Technical University in Prague is very famous and very, very popular and does a lot in research and stuff like that. So also there you can find, I think that we've got the whole spectrum. So whatever interests you, so you will find it here in the Czech Republic. Even though we are a small country, we've got just around 10 million inhabitants, which is less than Istanbul has actually, but still we've got kind of nice fields here too.
I am pretty sure about it. Okay, so for example, Faculty of Education, but we're talking about post-graduation, post-bachelor degrees. So which bachelor degree graduates should follow up the, for example, medical or law or art teaching faculties for further education? Which degree make it easier for them in those fields?
All right. So now I'll just, if I understand well the question. So you mean that when you finish the Faculty of Education, the bachelor, so what kind of possibilities you have when you want to go to law or medicine?
Actually, let me rephrase it.
All right.
Turkish graduates, Turkish bachelor degree graduates, with which degree should pursue their post-education or further education in Czech Republic?
All right. So if Turkish students, they do have their undergraduate, so it means that they have their bachelor. So then they can continue to follow up studies, any follow-up studies in the sphere of education, in the sphere of art, in the sphere of some, I don't know, medicine. No, medicine, no, neither medicine, neither law, because you have to do this whole pack when you want to do this particular field. But yeah, the social sphere, the technical spheres, either it's mechanical engineering, I don't know, electrical engineering, some IT stuff, some designing stuff. So this, yes. I would say that there are few exceptions, which I've just mentioned, and those are these programs which are for 5 or 6 or 6.5 years, and you have to really do it in a row. There is no chance to have just bachelor and then have the follow-up study, because there is none.
That's why I wanted to ask specifically for those fields, because it's kind of same here too, for especially for medical and law faculties. So I just wanted to underline this part of the further education.
Oh, good, great.
Okay, so when it comes to applying for a graduate program in Czech Republic, which path should Turkish graduate students follow?
All right, so first of all, you have to choose, you have to pick the university. Each university has a little bit different requirements. So first of all, pick the university. Then look at the requirements and also look how much you have to pay for it. Because here in the Czech Republic, generally, we like Czech people, we do not have to pay for the higher university, for higher education. But if you are a foreigner and you have to enter into a program which is not in the Czech language, then you have to pay. So if you are a foreigner and you are able to speak in Czech, so then you can pick also the study programs which are in Czech, and you will study for free. But I guess that it won't happen with majority of Turkish students. I dare to say that. Maybe the situation is different. But in this case, okay, have a look how much you will have to pay. It's not much when you compare it with other European, Western European countries. But still, there are some fees, and it really differs university from university, program to program, faculty to faculty. So really, I can't just say any number right now. But yeah, so the price is important, and then usually just the bachelor is important. So if you are in the same field, there is no problem. You will just send your diploma. Somebody at the university will have a look at it, will say, all right, that is fine. We can verify that it is in the line what we can offer to the student for the follow-up. And then you will if there is some requirement for entering the university, so then you'll have to fulfill it. And if the university decides to accept students just on the basis of the application, then they will send you the acceptance letter. So that is the procedure, and of course then there is the stuff with the visa, because as you're not in the European Union member, you're not the member of the European Union, then you have to apply for visa to stay here. But if you're accepted for studying, so it's not very difficult to gain the visa stuff. So we will, the offices here are very well prepared for you to prepare everything you need for getting that visa.
Okay. Is there any exams when we are applying for post-bachelor's education?
Sometimes yes. It depends on the program. So there are some programs where you don't have to, and usually these English programs. Now I'm just speaking on behalf of, for example, our program, which we've got at the Faculty of Education under our department. So we've got the program which is focused on pre-primary teachers, future teachers, and they what is needed is just to send the application.
Okay.
And then we don't have any exam.
Okay, so if we are applied and we got an acceptance, it's like, do we need to show the level of English we know, or is there a proficiency exam in university?
Yeah, usually we require that knowledge, at least of B2, because it's very helpful for you then when you are studying. But we don't require any international, or what I think, maybe somebody from the international department would correct me, but I think that there is no need to send the international certificate of the level. You just have to send some, I don't know, confirmation that you already feel that you have at least B2 of English level. But of course, it's just like at our university under our department. But I guess that with other universities, it's gonna differ again. There is a variety of programs, and each of them has different requirements. So you'll have to check that.
Okay, so requirements actually depends on the university and the major, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Can you give us some information about social life, environment, how it is to be in Czech Republic?
Yes, I can. So maybe first of all, I'll just make a little bit. I'll go a little bit back to university again, because I would like to maybe highlight that studying at our university is not so much about testing, because I know that in Turkey you've got lots of tests. You're tested like from the very beginning when you start your studying, and you're tested throughout the whole life. And I know that some of my Turkish students, which I've got at my courses, are really very surprised when I say, all right, thank you very much for being here, and that's it. And they are like, and when is going to be the exam? And I said, what exam? There is none. You fulfill the requirements which I had, and there is no exam. So you're very surprised. And it's like, I would say that maybe each student I had from Turkey was asking me this question: when is going to be the exam or testing or something? So that's why I just wanted to point it out.
Actually, that's why I ask you to, if there's any English exam or anything, like if there's anything we need to do before applying, the exam is the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah,
as a Turkish student.
Yeah. And all right, so the social life, the economic life, like when I compare it, because I was studying in Italy and Spain, as I said, and when I compare the life economically, financially, so I would say that living in the Czech Republic is still cheaper than living in for example, Italy or Spain. It is about renting the flat or about buying some groceries or about maybe the fashion is cheaper here in the Czech Republic. So this is, I think, very positive thing for students who are coming from abroad, that they can find really cheap accommodation, and if they want to share it with other students or with other people, it's even cheaper for them to stay here and live here. And I think it's very important because sometimes not every student you know, has the budget to stay abroad, to pay for studying and also for living. So I think it's very, very positive. The second thing is social life. Well, I don't know. There is actually social life, of course. And when you go to Prague, for example, so Prague is multicultural city, so with lots of opportunities for social life and cultural life there. And you will find lots of people who speak perfect English, and I think it's gonna help you to improve also your English there. With other cities or maybe towns, because really we don't have big cities in the Czech Republic. There are just two, which is Prague, and then the second is Brno, and the other are just towns. And in these towns, we do have some universities too. And so this life here is a little bit more calm. So if you prefer to have like relaxed experience, which is not very, very, I would say, rush in this type of living. So then I think that places like, for example, Hradec Králové, which is the university where I work, or Pardubice, or Olomouc, or Ostrava, are perfect place, because they are not so big, so you will not get lost. And also you will find there some friends. And what we don't have, it is the sea. We don't have sea here, which I really miss here. But you know, we've got beautiful nature, lots of places to go to, and lots of green here. Really, the Czech Republic is very green, and very nice, and I would say historically rich culture, which can be seen in lots of in I don't know, architecture and stuff like that. So yeah.
Do you think, is there any requirements students should know about before going there, such as, for example, if for the lease you need to have social security number? This is just an example. Or another thing, if you need to buy a cell phone or a SIM card, you need to have those requirements. Like, is there any specific and must-have requirements?
I think for you, it's better if you arrange, as you said, yes, the operator is important for your phone to function. So it's better to get the SIM card here. Because if you were the European Union member, so it would be really very easy. You do not have to change a thing. I also, when I was studying in Italy and Spain, so I had my phone, my Czech phone, everything was the same, and I paid the same price and everything was great. But in your case, I think it would be very costly for you to leave your Turkish phone number here in the Czech Republic. So yes, but I think you can get very good prices here as well for the phone. And if you make a contract with them for a year or two, you will know that you will stay here for 2 years or 3 years. So that's even cheaper to arrange the new phone number here. And yes, so this for sure. What concerns the insurance, this is actually, I know that lots of Turkish students have their own insurance, which they establish in Turkey, and they use it here. And when you get to the hospital, there are two approaches. One is, which I don't like much, but it happens here, that they want you to pay for the treatment, for the visit at the doctor, and they say then you get the receipt, and then you have to deal with it with your insurance company in Turkey. Or they'll just do it on their own. So they know they have the list of the insurance companies from Turkey, and you go away from their office without any payment. So there are two approaches to this measure, and
we hope for the second option. We all, of course, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be, it is. And actually, sometimes it's better when you know somebody here in the Czech Republic. Either you can go to the international office or to the study office at the university you are enrolled in, and you say, look, I've got this problem. And usually, it happened to me when I was at the position of the international coordinator. So I called there to the hospital and I said, no, you cannot do that. So we require that it's going to be in this way, and they did it. So yeah, but I think that Turkish students don't have a problem with that. So you can organize yourself quite well in this manner.
But also, we are going to keep our fingers crossed for the first option.
Yeah. So yeah. So whenever you are on, you're on your doubts, you don't know how to deal with the situation, just address somebody from the university, and they're always helpful people, so they will help you to arrange that.
Yes, I'm also working in the international office, so I know it's how important to help someone who is in need, because they don't know the language, they don't know the system, they're just on their own.
Yeah. This is another point, because if you know English and you go, or some English, and you go to English-speaking countries, so then it might be easier for you than when you go to a country like Czech Republic or Turkey, and everything is written in Turkish or in Czech, and you just don't know what to think about that. So nowadays, when we've got this mobile phones with translators, the life is easier, but still sometimes, you just want to talk to somebody, to deal with some situation, to solve some situation, and you just can't, because you can't speak that language. So it's really very helpful when you know where to go.
Exactly. Being in need and not being able to say it's really hard to go through.
Yeah.
I agree with it. So I want to ask you another question about, can you give us some information about education system generally in Europe? Post-graduation education system in Europe.
Okay, I think it's very similar to the Czech one, at least what I have just experienced on my own. So I think yes. So there is this three level system: bachelor, master, PhD. Some of the universities, I think that Czech Republic might be one of the exceptions where you don't have to pay so much for studying, because other countries, when I was looking for some opportunities abroad, when I wanted to go studying abroad, so I saw that you know, you'll have to pay a lot. It's gonna cost you an arm and a leg to get some some knowledge, some education. So yeah, so so what can I say about the European higher education? Is just like, because Czech Republic is the member of the European Union, so we do have similar approach to this matter. So I think this is very similar to what happens in the Czech Republic. But yeah, there are also maybe that one. There are possibilities to apply for scholarship. So if you can, so find also the programs, also undergraduate, also postgraduate, which offer the possibility to apply for scholarship. It's gonna easy your life quite deal.
Do you have a general idea what are the requirements for scholarships? Like generally speaking.
Yeah, usually you have to write some letter, some, let's say, proposal, what you would like to do, why this study is important for you, what you have behind, what is your background, how it's gonna help you this studying in the future. So you write some kind of proposal, and they usually request some reference letter from people, usually from the academic sphere, who can, you know, provide you with some letter, some recommendation. So this is the stuff they want to know. Well, yeah, what I encountered is this, basically.
So no grades, they're not looking for the grades or something, but we are just explaining why we need a scholarship and what are our references.
Yeah, I think that also it's going to be also the grades. If, depends again on the university. But
okay. But I think the letter is applying for the whole universities. Yeah, they are all asking for a letter and for a reference.
Yeah.
Okay. So for our students who wants to get a scholarship should keep that in mind.
Yes.
They are going to write a proposal letter for the scholarship.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So actually, this is the last question, but in my opinion, this is the most important one. So it is mostly the current students in bachelor's degree and the recent graduates are going to watch our video. So what are your general recommendations to study abroad and also in Czech Republic, especially in European countries, maybe? What are your suggestions, recommendation for academic future of our friends?
All right, okay. First of all, do it. Do it, go abroad. It doesn't matter if it's going to be European country or I don't know, American or African or Asia, whatever. Just go and get this experience from abroad, because it's gonna open you some doors which you don't even right now know that you have them. So use this opportunity and go anywhere. And choose, I think that about the choice, again, it's going to be what interests you. I guess that money will play their role again. So, so what I can recommend you, just for me, just like take that step and go. And everything will be solved on the way. And you will learn lots of stuff, not just about other cultures, but most importantly about yourself, because you will be put in a situation, in a totally different situation, and you will have time and you will have to learn lots of about yourself, which you cannot explore, which you just cannot discover in your own country, because you've got some style of living, you've got the same friends, you've got there the family, so you cannot observe yourself properly. But when you are in a foreign country, then you have to observe yourself.
Exactly, I agree. What if someone doesn't know the English or the language of that country they want to go, but for example, they got an acceptance?
Yeah. That was my case. For example, I didn't know a word of Italian. Maybe I knew buongiorno and grazie, but that was all really. So I just knew these two words. And I was thinking that I am going to study in English study program, so everything will be in English and everybody will speak in English. No way. Almost nobody spoke in English. Everybody just spoke in Italian, and I was forced to learn Italian. But it was amazing experience for me to be in that situation, even though it was stressful at that time. I won't say it wasn't, but it was. But now I can speak Italian. I can understand Italian. And I'm really very grateful for having this opportunity to go through that, even though there were some moments when I was thinking that I can't do it anymore, and I was thinking to go back to my own country, but it was worth it.
What made you change your mind? What made you stay?
I think that there are lots of challenges in your life, and sometimes you have to stop and say, okay, when I do this, is it going to be of my benefit? Can I learn something out of it or not? And I think that when I was at that particular moment, and I said, yes, it's still worth this. And another element was that I had great friends there, and one of them was from Turkey. So also this friendship which I created there was very important for me. I had really great support, especially from Gamze, from my Turkish friend. So I wanted to stay there and finish it with her till the end.
That's really great. Like, I am really inspired by what you said. Like, even if there's something at the back of my mind that tells me that I'm not going to be able to do it, or it's hard learning a new language, like I am old or something, but your words and just being in that moment makes us go through it. Like, if I'm here, standing here, I need to finish this.
Yes. Put it all the time on a scale, the pros and the cons. And when there are still some pros which you think are great and you want them, so then keep on.
Keep on. So what's most important is that to keep on without looking back.
Well, no, like your back is really important. But you know, there are some things in your life when you say, okay, it doesn't worth it, and I think I got which I should get out of it, and this is the end, and then just like end it, finish it. But when you see there is still some perspective for you. So then I think that to overcome some challenges which you encounter in life, can somehow enhance it, develop, improve you, the person which you are.
I agree. So to sum up, like in Czech Republic is 3 years for bachelor's degrees, but there are some specific courses they take more than 4 or 5 or 6 years. But just like in our country, the medicine is 6 years, the dentistry is 5 years. This also applies for Czech Republic. And the first step to do is to find the university, and the second step is to apply and see the requirements. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. You summed it up very, very precisely.
Then, and to keeping on to going it and doing it without hesitating. This is also another important aspect of it.
Yeah. Just like you have to be open to changes. So if you feel it's destroying you and you don't want to continue in that, of course, so you just like don't bother with it. But if there is the perspective of shifting you up, so then stay.
Go for it.
Overcome some challenges which will come.
Thank you so much, Janet. I really enjoyed your conversation, and I wanted to thank you from myself and on the behalf of Kent University for joining our webinar and giving us very important information about studying abroad and how to keep up with studying abroad, actually. I would like to thank you so much for your kindness and for your time.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It was my pleasure, and I hope that it's going to persuade some students to really get that experience from abroad, because I think it's very valuable in your life.
I agree with you. Like, this is the whole reason. I hope everyone can find their direction, especially about studying abroad, and we can be helpful for them.
Yeah, fingers.
Exactly. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it and hope to meet you one day in Czech Republic while studying abroad.
Yes, sure. Let me know.
I will. I most probably will.
Perfect. All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great day, Janet. Thank you again.
See you. Bye.
Bye.